Hi guys, Solo Zealot here, and today we are playing some War Thunder like usual. Anyway, I've been working my butt off. Probably not. I've been playing. I've been wasting my life on this game for way too long. So now somehow I made it to Italian tanks. I got. I was looking at aviation. Sorry. I got a few tanks I liked, and now I'm here for this. And then I messed around with Germany a little bit too much for the past few days. And then I messed with the USSR. The USSR I didn't mess with too much. It's just, I got a few tanks. I got the T-50. That was one of my biggest accomplishments. Tonight, the tanks I got was the BT-7, the T-26-4, the T-50, the Su-51, the Gaz AA. This is my favorite because when you immediately start firing, you have 4,000 shots. And though when you run out, you're kind of screwed. So, my plan is to play as the Soviet Union. And this entire video will be taking me probably 30 or 40 minutes of me trying to get the T-28. That's all that's gonna happen. I'm gonna get 28 because listen, here's how things go down here in this world of mine. So technically, I usually don't go after tanks. Usually I go after tanks, but I don't use them because a 2.7 is too high for me. I build up to get there. So all you want to do is make sure that's not inside your lineup straight away. If you do have it in your lineup, get it out. Because that's gonna screw you over big time, because it goes from 2.7 higher or lower, because then once it's 3.7 you'll be dealing with the key V1 and all these and that, even that thing and that thing. And you go to Germany, you're gonna be dealing with strong freaking dinosaurs with your 1.0s, and you don't want that. At most, you can get like a rank like this, a BT3, because that's just a point 0.3. Your tanks will be able to penetrate their armor and do lots of damage. It'll be gorgeous. Though there's underpenning, which means let's just say I put a 1.0 against a 3.0, your shells are going to do less damage than their shells are going to do to you. Okay? So a 3.0 will be overpenning you if it's a good tank. You'll be underpenning them. What that means is if they get in a fight with you, you're just screwed. I mean, you're entirely screwed and nothing will matter. Another thing is I like to call out is crews. No one tells you about these. You'll have to find them by yourself. I found them out when I was in the middle of going through Germany. Well, I'm still going through Germany. Crews can be the difference. Like the tank loader, it can make it go faster. The tank commander does leadership, and it just, it helps out slowly. And this is the main one. Because this goes overall every last attribute. So if I do this, it does driver plus 3 plus 3 plus, it just pluses 3s everything, and it's really, really good. So then it shows all your crews are now expert, which is great, which means your crews are the best of the best. Which means you're going to be fine and dandy until something stronger pops up. So my goal for tonight is to get this, because then I might be able to support this, because that's a 2.7, and that's going to be 2.0. That may be 7, but that's a medium tank. That might help it out. Though overpenning will not make it to a KV1. you always gotta worry about the overpen and underpen of your tank because of it matters on whether you're gonna kill the tank or you're just gonna get a critical on it. Another thing is there's spots you want to shoot on a tank, and if you do not look in these right spots, if you don't look in these spots, then like you want to know each spot for the tanks you're going against, just one shot them instead of just randomly firing and firing and firing. You want to know at least where their ammunition is, right? Look for the weakest piece of armor, which is usually the sides under here. Now, where's the button for it? Armor. As you see, this is like, you don't want to try hitting these. These are easier, but they don't do that much damage to the interior. So this tank, if you hit it head on, your shells aren't going to do much. But if you do, and it goes through, then it's going to damage the entire tank. Like I was saying, since this is 15 meter, it is going to be a little bit more accessible for you to shoot through. Up here, though, it's just a blocker, so you just try shooting down here near the tires. Or the behind, because as you see, that's 13 to 10 meters thickness. And that's its engine. Engine right there. The things you want to aim for is its gunners. So you need to go and aim the shot from behind, like here, here, directly behind it. And if you have heavy enough armor piercing, straight in front of it. If you're a light tank, you do not want to go anywhere near heavy tanks. If you see a heavy tank and you're alone, back the hell off. If you know your allies are not heavy tanks, you can still go after it if your ally is medium or decent high level light tank, but if it's just a light tank, a heavy tank can screw you. So for an example, I'm going to bring up a certain tank like an M6A1, which I'd say, oh my god, of course it's gonna cost me. Screw it. I'm gonna use 29,000 either way, aren't I? Sorry for taking so long. Anyway, put it like this. That's 44 meters of thickness. Way more heavier than our thing right here. Way thicker. Which means your shell needs to be really fucking dangerous to pen that. Yeah, I know I'm comparing a 1.3 to a 4.7. But now let's put it in its league. A 2.3. That they may come against. Because that is a 1.3. If it gets up tier, this is one of the things it's going against. Look at that thickness on the armor. So on the back, that's going to be a decent, for this part, it's going to be like a 28, and that's going to be really dangerous. That's a 28. For this back, it's a 10. It's 10 millimeters in thickness. If you compare this light tank right here versus this, decently, I'm not sure what this is. I think it's a medium. No, it's a light tank. It's an American light tank. Which means this light tank right here probably stronger than the other one. So then, we're going to go back and oh my god. Anyway, as you see, it's just if you get overpenned, you just know who's gonna win this battle. That tank has to get pretty god darn fucking lucky to even touch this American tank. Now it's time to suggest options for tanks in the beginning. Do not waste spend your first part of the games if you're new to USA, Germany, or USSR, or USA, Germany, and Russia, because they have pretty good tanks. Don't waste your beginning time with these. Once you get to decent levels on these, then you can move over to these. Like what I'm doing. I did USA and Germany and parts of Russia. Then I moved over to Italy, and I'm messing with Italy. So I decided to do this for Italy. I decided to do this for France. Japan I didn't mess with that much. Great Britain I didn't mess with that much. Sweden I did not mess with that much. So I'm gonna roll my USSR guys, is that this is where the actual video starts of me fighting these guys and praying I live. So if you have heavy penetrating armor, I mean really good, try aiming in the front, the down or low front of the tank, like this part. No, not like around the tires is where you should be aiming, on the sides. I'm going to show you what a BT5 can do by immediately rushing someone and aiming for their sides. I do recommend for first things first, the American line and then the German line, or the German line and then the American line, because America's tanks have more armor, decent firing rates, and pretty speedy. So I would say they're like a good tank line to go with. Germany is around the same. USSR though, okay armor, could be better. Italians tanks though, I played the beginning of them. They're fast. I mean, they're decently fast. Its AA is bad. It's not like the American AA or the German AA, which are decent, but I'd say the Russian AA is the best because of how much it can shoot at once. BT5. Sorry about that. So immediately, as you see, I'm a BT5. I'm a very pretty tank. Very pretty. I'm a very pretty tank, aren't I? BT5s are quick. So that's the thing about Russian tanks. They're quick, decent armor piercing, but their armor is weak. So, if I do see a medium tank, I'm immediately going to pull out and maneuver to A. Look at them. Look at that. They're just encircling. They're trying to encircle that, aren't they? Once we take C, it's a pretty decent amount of tanks. Anyway, there's the two modes that you realize is there's realistic and arcade. Arcade gives you more, okay, gives you less stuff, though it is quicker, easier to fire, though it's a little bit hard to snipe because people immediately see you. Realistic though, it's much easier to snipe but harder to visualize your enemies, though it does give you more stuff. For a beginner, I'd recommend arcade for a small bit and then slowly transition to like slowly transition to realistic. Like do occasionally 1 or 2 battles every so often, or you can just do a full sprint straight towards it. It it, it depends on what type of pace you're in. As you see, I aim to the side, and I want to stay away from his gun. I wasn't thinking. I aim for his gunners, so always aim for the back towards the gunners. But don't do the thing I did on where I just straight up rushed. Another thing you should know is don't keep full maximum ammo on you at all times. Because usually if they hit that ammo, your tank goes bye-bye and its ammo goes bye-bye with it. So try to keep a decent amount of ammo on you, but not that much. As you see for the BT5, I brought a decent amount of ammo, but I brought a lot of ammo. I brought the max amount. If I didn't, my ammo would have not combusted. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure what they hit first, but they did not knock out my gunner because I was still able to shoot that poor guy. As I was saying, I already explained that one, that's an I. So I put the best. That guy's stupid. I hit his engine, I still died. As you see, I don't got the best score, but don't got the worst. Though, if you are not a good player at the game, try playing AA. Because if you play AA, it's going to be a fun, nice, swell experience of you just playing the game. You don't have to face other tanks until really further on, and where it's just you, a little bit of your team left, and pretty much no one else. As a plane, I have no advice for him because I just pray I don't die. Don't ask questions about them, please. I have no idea what I'm talking about planes. You know how hard it is to be a plane in an only tank society? Okay. So, you can follow the dot. Following the dot yields the plane. If you shoot, you just gotta use your left clicking mouse button. And if you do, the enemy dies real fast. I mean, they die really fast. That poor plane experiencing a lot of pain. A game. If I had every time you gosh darn wouldn't let me choose a plane, this would not be the moment. Bomber time, boys. I don't know how to play bomber. It's just me bomb rushing people and praying I hit something. That's what you should do too. Unless if you're good at the game and you know how to aim with the bomber. I don't. If you have like a list, put it in the comments. Because I still have no. Oh, an SBA. If you're playing, always aim for SBA. You can just. Oh, it's a flak panzer. Yeah, always bully flak panzers. I am a very good driver of the plane. Oh my god. That tank just got hurt. I hurt the tank. Got damaged. Oh my god, my plane's somehow alive. I'm the best plane driver in the West. If anyone doubts this bomber's power, then I swear to God. Well, if you do already, or if you have anti-tank guns, just put them on the points. Because sometimes the enemy is camping there, like a bunch of gosh darn cowards. If they are cowards, they would know not to camp there, because I am gonna light them the hell up. The 4th of July. I'm just doing this to kamikaze. You want? Balancer. I'm a balancer of peace and prosperity, guys. I balance the game. Only a few more games and we'll unlock this thing. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short here because I'm really tired and I'm really lazy. So I'm gonna leave it here. Like I just said, haha, I'm half awake. Anyway, just know tanks are okay. AA's versus tanks sucks. If it's like the Flak Panzer with anti fucking tank or anti armor, then he can do what he wants. But every other anti air thing does not escape the rule. Yeah, unless if it aims for the sides, then maybe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Come back next time for a crummy little video of mine. My special boy will do this every day. Maybe. I'll miss a few days. Don't judge me. Bye bye.